Hey folks, welcome to the channel. This morning we are in YNAB and I am doing a ready to assign, and also I'm going to reconcile my tracking accounts. So let's just go ahead and get started. I do have some ready to assign. It's not my full paycheck because I've already assigned some. I was thinking I was going to make it to CVS this morning to pick up a prescription, but I did not make it before I started recording, so here we are. This is October, and I did have a little bit of money going over into November. And these are for some of the more expensive items and also for some of my savings accounts. So let's just get on into October, and we can see already that we have one overspent. And what this was, I have a Chewy order that's already triggered, so it came into my checking account as a pending item, and I just had not assigned the full amount. I assigned some of it from last month, but not all of it. So let's just go ahead and take care of that. Now I know I'm going to have an additional, I've got to get some, and probably this weekend I will need to go to BJ's and get some litter. So I'm going to add another, I think it's, I can't remember, it's $15 to $20, so I'll add another $20 onto that. So let's just go ahead and cover it. Plus, let's see, I need 55, so let's put 70, and I think that should cover the litter and this Chewy order. So that covers the overspending. Let's go back to all, take a peek at it. It says I have $37.50. I think that'll be adequate to cover actually part of that. So I put it in food, but really I need it to go into other pet needs. So I'm going to do minus $37.50 and then put it, I think there's a way to, well, I've already done it, so $37.50. Okay, so this other pet needs is the where it needs to go. So that's what I did right there. So that covers the overspending. Now let's get into some of the things that this is actually hitting right now. It's in pending, so I need to go ahead and assign that, which I am going to go ahead and click here. And I think there's a way to just, you may have noticed an abrupt ending. I just had a sneeze, so I tried to pause the recording. Hopefully that worked. So I'm going to go ahead and assign that additional amount that we're going to need for that, and it should be pulling any minute, but it's going to pull at a different rate because I had an escrow balance, so I need to adjust this to be 1202.12, which means we will need to assign $55 more. Okay, so that's covered. Maintenance, I will need to cover this, so let's go ahead and put the 24 in there. So that means homeowner is done. Utilities, I will need some to be assigned here, so let's go ahead and assign that. We still have 872 AEPs on the 8th, so let's go ahead and assign that. Verizon on the 12th, we will need to assign that. And let's see, that is actually not going to be correct. It's going to be 224. So I need to assign plus $9. There we go. Geico should be 60. Oh, that's down here. Okay, so let's just make sure. Gas, I don't have the bill yet, but my expectation is that it's going to be more than that. Let me see what gas was. It was $40. I think we're going to need to assign more than that because the heat has been running. I'm going to put $60 in here. Let me think. Maybe 65. I don't think that's going to be enough, to be honest with you, though. Down to 619. I'll have to adjust this for next pay period once I get the bill because I'm pretty sure $65 with the amount of time that the heater's been running is not going to be enough. This I have received the bill and I know what that's going to be. The phone is $89.10, so let's go ahead and put that in there and actually adjust the target to, I think it's just kind of different every month, so okay, $89.10. Water I have listed as $85. It's been going up. The rates did increase, so that has been steadily rising for months, and currently I have earmarked for $85 for this. So let me just edit the target first to be 85 and save that. Just so next month, and it's going to come out on the 15th. I get paid on the 14th, so okay, since I only have $530 left, I'm going to sit tight on water for a minute. If I can, I'll come back and put half into both of these. So that would be roughly $100. So if I have an extra $100 in here, I'll come put half in here. So I'm going to leave this open because I know I want to revisit it. Let me close this out to make it a little bit easier. Grooming, maybe I'll put $20 because they are going to need to get their nails trimmed very soon. Other pet needs, we just covered that. Food, I will not need to buy. The Chewy order is large enough to last a full month, so the next Chewy order should be adequate. I'll just monitor that. I'm not going to put anything in here right now. I do need to put some money in at some point for the what is it called, NexGard treatment, but it says I'm on track. Does it say I need to assign anything? Yeah, I do need to assign $29.50. So let's go ahead and assign that because that'll be a very large bill when the time comes. So I just want to go ahead and get that funded. Oops, I was on grooming. Oh my word. I wanted to be here. So what I can do is I can say I'm not going to assign another $29 here. I'm going to take out the $29.50 because I don't want to put that in here right now. So minus $29.50. Wait. So no. Oh my gosh, Google, you guys. I don't know what I've done. Can I do back? Yes, undo, undo. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, so let's leave the grooming there the way that is, and let's go into vet medicine. So what is it telling me I need to do here? Does it saying I need to do anything? No, it's just saying I'm on track. So actually, let's just leave this right now. And since it says I'm on track to have 317, I think we're good. I think let's just leave that then. Variable expenses, I definitely need to add food, and I believe I want to add $250. This is already covered because I have a prescription and I also have some supplements coming in, so this is completely covered. I did that before I even got on because I need to make sure that was funded in case I needed to go out and actually use those funds. Personal, I do want to go ahead and fund this because I need some clothes. I won't know how much the bank fees are for my HELOC until it gets here. So last month when I did it, it was around, let's just go find out. So I think it would be credit, HELOC. They charged me $23 in interest, and it should be roughly the same. I am putting a little bit of extra on this, but it still should be around $20. So, and that won't be till the end of the month. So I think I'll apply something next paycheck. I think that's the plan. So let's close this back out and go into plan. And so utilities, I can close. Okay, so bank fees, I'm just going to wait on that. Uncategorized, that's like a miscellaneous account. I'm going to hold off on that. I don't think I'll need to spend anything, but the way things have been going lately, honestly, anything goes. So I think that's covered. We still only have 240 left, so let's go into household. I will go ahead and put this in because I know I need to get some toilet paper and a couple other things, so I'm going to go ahead and fund this because I'm pretty sure I'm going to use it. I don't need anything here. So household looks good. I've got 210 left. Transportation, absolutely need to fund this, so let's go ahead and assign that. Got 147. Now I have I'm going to be getting some tires this month. I already have the appointment made, and they're going to be roughly it's going to be $800 for everything. So at this time, I have $750 that I have in my savings account. So that means I'm going to need to cover at least $50. I don't want to move it into my savings account, so what I'll do is I'll go ahead in maintenance and repairs, 750. It's going to be 209 per tire. So if we do the math, 209 times 4 is 836. So 836 minus 750, I need to cover another $86. So that's going to take a big chunk out of this. It's going to be tight again this month. Let's just put that $86 here. So now I only have $61. I do need to put in fuel. I will be doing some running around for Rachel on Tuesday. She's still not feeling real comfortable about driving. She just does not have the mobility with the damage that occurred on her chest muscles, but she can drive this short distance to get the boys to and from school, but she has an appointment across town, and she and Brandon are going to drop the boys off at my house, and I'm going to be doing some running around with them that day for the dentist and some other things because they don't have school. So I will probably need to get gas, and I need to account for that. So now I only have $30. Oh boy. Let's see. I am not going to put anything else in here. Let's see what else is going on here. Entertainment, 26th and the 30th. I think we're good here. Do I want to put this in? Let's see what else is going on down here. Outdoorsy, gaming. I really want to start putting money aside for Anno 117, the Pax Romano edition of Anno. But it just seems unrealistic to have $31 left and put that into a hobby. So I am going to skip that. I don't I might be doing some Christmas stuff, but I'll pull it out of savings if I need to do any of that, because I do have $400 set aside for Christmas at this time. I have already moved what I want to move into savings. I did that before we got on because I wanted to make sure that I was covering the things that I needed to, particularly this part right here, the vehicle maintenance. Also, I know Christmas is coming, so I did put a little extra here. Everything else is what you see here, and I have started putting money into the homeowner maintenance and repairs bucket, or whatever you want to call it, sinking fund account. Um, and part of that was just the $50 that I normally move over at the first of the month. So let's close that. So I am now into memberships and subscriptions. Because things are so tight, let me just pause on these here for just a moment and continue on down with some of these others. This I will be able to fund the other half in the next paycheck. I'm not going to do that this paycheck. So half of it's already covered, and I will fund the other half when I get paid. As far as the credit card payments go, this one will be the only one that will come out. And something weird happened with the payment because there's interest and it got logged strangely. It's saying I have $232, but I don't know. But I have $300 that I put in extra that's going to be going in there. And it's basically what was left over at the end of last month and just a little bit of from this month. So that should be posting soon, and that will come out and lower the balance just a little bit. It's not going down very slowly, but given that I am adding money to my savings, it just has to be expected, because all of this was what I was just throwing into debt, and now it's being divided among trying to cover these major expenses that are coming up right now. So I can cover that with the next paycheck, and none of these will be occurring at the start of the month, so I don't need to account for them. Other than this, of course, that has already, I've put it in to be paid. It's just not posted yet. I will be using my MasterCard strategically. I did this this month as well to earn some points, and unfortunately I did all that, and then I got credited from the podiatrist for all of those visits I had for my heel, and they actually take points away when you get credited. So almost all of the credit card use last month was a wash, almost all of it. I will have some points a little bit later this month if I use it for some of the, like the prescription I have, or any of these other large expenses that may be coming up, but it did not accumulate like I was expecting. So that's good to go, and let's close that out, and then the rest of them are hidden. So I've got $31 to assign, and it does look like I can 10, 20, 30. It won't quite cover all of these, but let's look at some of these that are coming up sooner rather than later. So place it, that's where I make my thumbnail images on. I know it seems a little pricey, but I've tried other things to create those, and I like that particular application. So I'm going to go ahead and fund this. The other one that's coming up soon is BJ's in February, so let's go ahead and fund that because I do use that quite often. And the $389, don't think I need any of these. I feel like I should be putting it in this because it could be over a little bit. Maybe there's some taxes, maybe, there's something else that they didn't mention in this 209 per tire fee. So I'll just put that extra in the transportation maintenance and repair. I mean, it's $4. It's not going to make or break any of these budgets in here. So let's go find transportation, maintenance and repair. Okay, so now I have $0 ready to be assigned. Now, the next thing I want to do, let's go ahead and close all these up. The next thing that I want to do is work on my tracking account. And now I'm trying to remember which one. Oh, here it is. Okay, so work on my tracking account. So I have not reconciled these in a bit. And I would like to know whether or not they're going up or down because I haven't been watching the news. I haven't been paying attention to any of that stuff because I've been focused on Rachel. So we had a little bit of a downturn. I don't know whether it's going to go up. I don't know if it's going to go down. So we are just going to figure it out together. So let's first go into my managed accounts. So here, okay, let's just try and do it in order. Let's go into TIAA, which is my current employment. And let's take a peek. So, current employer, optional retirement plan. Okay, that's okay. All right, guys. I'm not feeling as stressed here doing it this time as I did last time we did this together. So let's reconcile. It is not the current balance. And of course, you also have to consider I'm contributing to this. So the reason why some of these will go up is because I am contributing to them. The balance on this is 92,049.20. And it's going to create an adjustment for me, and now that's been added. The prior employment retirement is, and this one I think is one of those accounts that is sort of, it's a sort of a guaranteed amount. It's set up when you get close to retirement, so it's not very risky. So this one generally will not go down, but it'll only go up small amounts. 947312, and we'll adjust that, and that just went up a little bit. Current employment, and let's reconcile that. It's not the same amount, and 7422.34. And we'll create that adjustment. So at least all of these are going up. That's great. And then we'll reconcile the last one for all of the current employment stuff. And this is 371085. Next, and reconcile. There we go. Okay, so that's good news. They're generally going up. Let's get into my managed account. So, and again, Roth I'm contributing to, so there should be an expectation that it will go up. I put money into that it only in the middle of the month, and it currently is 43,000. Next, and adjust. Okay. I mean, considering I put I didn't. I put 625 here. Part of this is the amount I put in, so that's not bad. Let's see. My traditional IRA is not that amount. It's 584, 681, 75. And that went up. The next one, this is just this is what they use to pay for, because it's a managed account, I actually pay them money every quarter or so. Um, and I think it earns just a tiny bit of interest, which is fine. But, I just give them money, uh, usually once a year to pay for these, so it doesn't come out of my investments. Okay. And then this one. These are um, these accounts are secured, meaning that they're not in a risky investment, because I am getting so close to retirement, and um, the market has some instability in it. We put money aside into a more stable account, several stable accounts, to try and protect those funds. So let's go ahead and adjust this. So again, the same way with the other one, they will go up, but they will go up in a much smaller amount, or they should. Let's go in here. This is a secured growth, so let's take a peek at that. And this is not correct. 101. Okay, and finally, the last one, and it went up as well. So all of the accounts went up, so that's good. All right. Excellent. Okay, so I have adjusted all those, and you know what I didn't do is record the amount when before I started all this, so I could see how much it went up. However, I feel like there's a way to go over here and look at the net worth and just pick maybe this month and just pick all of my tracking accounts. Done. And just kind of oh, okay, it's because custom. Let's do October and November and see what this does. So up 0.5, up 0.5%. So it's fine. Not great, but it's fine. It'd be better if it was more than this, but it'll be fine. We're going to retire, so you think in terms of what the growth is. It would be great if when I retire, my growth exceeds my expenses, right? I have an expectation that I would spend at least this much, maybe a little bit less, every month. So, it would be nice if my accounts grew instead of diminished each month. So, yeah, so that's actually good news. I don't think I have anything else to report here in YNAB. I am getting ready to record my budget by paycheck recording, and it will just go over the closeout for October in that workbook, in addition to checking in for the first week of November. So if you have an interest in that, that will probably post probably within, I don't know, within an hour or two after this one posts. I know there's not as much traffic for the people who watch the YNAB, but when they watch it, they pretty much watch considerably more than the folks who watch the budget by paycheck videos. So I know that there's interest in it, even though the numbers are smaller. But for those of you who might be interested in just the budget by paycheck workbook, it is coming. and that should be a little bit later today. So I will talk to you then.